Hello, everyone. Welcome to Intuitive Healing. If you've been liking the videos you've seen so far, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really means a lot. And today we are going to look at relationships. Well, don't we like to know about relationships, right? And how to manifest good, happy, successful relationships. So today I'm here to start with the first step, which is to figure out what the challenges in the relationship are, what it is that you need to do in order to manifest healthy, happy relationships. And my future readings this week will be more on relationships, and we'll go into more and more depth with each reading on how to manifest a healthy relationship. But first and foremost, let's try and find out or get more insight into what it is in our life which is challenging in terms of relationships, and what are the areas in our life that we need to work on to manifest healthy, happy relationships. When I say the word relationship, it doesn't have to be just a romantic relationship. It could be a relationship with your siblings, with your parents, with your children, with your pets. But when you look at this card deck, when you look at this card reading, um, and I ask you to select a card, please have one relationship in your mind, so that the card reading is specific to that particular relationship in your life. But you can hold any person in your mind that you're in a relationship with. Like I said, it could be the nature of the relationship, could be any. It doesn't have to be just a romantic relationship. And choose your card based on the relationship that you're thinking about with that particular person. So if you've been watching my videos regularly for now, you know the drill. Here are three cards. This is card number 1, 2, and 3. So please select a card you feel most guided towards, most attracted towards. I'll give you a few seconds to do that. Okay, and go with your gut feeling. Don't second guess yourself. Go with the guide. Go with the inner wisdom that you have. Go with whatever you're guided to. Go with. Don't be afraid. Sometimes we're very afraid as to what the card might be. What is it going to come out to be? Will it be something that'll scare me? Will it be something I won't like to hear? And then we feel like to have a desire to change our answer or a choice from the first to the second or the third or the vice versa, right? So don't do that. Stick with your gut feeling. The messages here today are for you. So even if there is something which doesn't look very positive on the outside, it will nonetheless be a special message for you, telling you how you can manifest the relationship that you want and what are the challenges that you are facing in your particular relationship, right? So the message is specifically designed for you, and there is no need to feel nervous about that message, because only goodness comes from it. The intention is that even if we need to work on certain things, they're ultimately going to be for our benefit. Right, so without any further delay, let's begin. So for those of you who chose card number 1, let's see what you have here. Well, this is a major arcana card. And like the word says over here, it means control. So somewhere the control in your relationship is quite lopsided. Either you are quite controlling or dominating by nature, or you are being dominated by the person that you're in a relationship with. And like I said, it could be any relationship, doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. Some relationships, like parental relationships, children, we don't have much of a choice. We're born into the family we're born into, right? And we grow up in families that we grow up in, or are adopted by. And however, here you do have certain amount of control to change the kind of control that you're feeling or kind of showing in the relationship. So we must all remember that we can't always control everything in our lives. If we all could, we'd be super, life would be easy peasy with no problems at all. So it's difficult to control each and every domain of one's life, and sometimes we can also have a lot of baggage from our previous relationships. And when we go into new relationships, especially romantic relationships, we tend to, obviously, as human beings, carry on that baggage, sometimes realizing it fully, sometimes not, to make sure that, oh, this is that something that went wrong in the last relationship. This is where I was wrong. I'm not going to let this happen no matter what happens this time. And when we go into the new relationship with that thought, sometimes we can overlook what's happening in the current because of the past, because the past was so painful. So maybe your current partner, if it happens to be a romantic relationship, maybe they are not intending to be that overpowering, but you still want to exert that control because you're afraid of being hurt. So you want to make sure that this is how it's going to be, A, B, C, and I'm not going to budge from this. And I'm making it very clear to you that this is going to be my way or the highway. And that may not work out to be the best possible scenario, at least in your current relationship or whoever you're thinking about when you chose this card. This particular person, if you are the one, if you resonate with this figure rather than the eyes behind, if you are the one who is looking down and is wearing the shield and is looking so bogged down by everything, then basically, if you're the one in, if you're being controlled, then this is how you would feel. You finding your parents or partner, whoever it is that you thought of, to be very controlling and very it's just really killing the joy in you. It's really suppressing you, or you're probably doing this to them because of the past, and you are so overprotective right now that you're not willing to show your vulnerability. You want to control everything, each and every movement, making sure nothing goes wrong, even though that's very exhausting in nature. And if you're being controlled by somebody like that, then unfortunately you are feeling lost. You're feeling out of touch with your inner self. You're missing the old days where you had more freedom, where you used to be more joyous with that freedom, because there is less scope of breathing and relaxing. So you need to let go of control, and you need to let go of the allowance that if you are allowing other people to control you that much, right? So if you are in control, you need to let go a little bit and lay back, and we'll look more into it as to how to do that and where what exactly you need to do that in tomorrow's video. But for today, just develop an insight that there is an issue with controlling. Either you're being controlled in the relationship or you're wanting to exert too much control in the relationship, and that is not working very fruitfully for the relationship. Okay, moving forward to card number 2. If you chose this one, well, like it says, reach out. You must reach out. If you want to manifest the relationship you want, if you're looking for someone, reach out, to your friends, family. If you are looking to create a relationship, again, it doesn't have to be romantic, but you are looking forward to create a relationship with work or with a family, a project, a pet, or whatever, something that you want to do in life, you must reach out. There are people, and if you reach out to other people, you will get quicker to your goal. You'll get there faster. You might get to your goal alone as well. You might eventually get there, but it'll just take you longer, and it'll be very tiring out. And a lot of times we have beliefs that we pick up on the way in childhood later on without realizing, without acknowledging where they came from. We are sponges in childhood, especially, and we just take in everything that goes on around us. And somewhere you may have picked up a belief where you struggle in asking for help. Okay, so you want to do it on your own, and there is a deep sense of achievement when you do things by yourself as compared to when you ask people, which is fine. Being the number one and doing it all alone is all marvelous, all glorious, all beautiful, except not every time. We don't need to be in competition with ourselves at each and every time, every moment in our lives, because the only one we are trying to then compete with, or it's an endless journey where you're just going on proving yourself endlessly to yourself. um, we are human beings, we are social animals, and we are social for a reason. There are people around you if you've chosen this card, and you should think about reaching out to them with your struggles. Maybe a friend, just a phone call to the friend, maybe sharing your heart with them, sharing your thoughts with them. The more you reach out right now regarding whatever it is that you want to manifest in a relationship, the more likely that it would happen, rather than keeping it to yourself. Like I said, if you do it just by yourself, yes, in the end, you'll have a great feeling that you did it by yourself, but it will be very strenuous, and it'll be tiring in the way as well. And sometimes in life, we've got to pick and choose our battles, right? We've got to decide whether this is the battle we want to fight. So you must ask yourself, if you pick this card, because this guidance is for you, that do you really want to do it alone? Can you maybe allow some other time in your life to feel like all victorious, all glamorous, all great by doing something on your own? Maybe at this one, can you just sit this one out by asking people for help? Because eventually the point is to enjoy the journey and reach the goal, right? We shouldn't get lost in our journey so that the eye wavers from the goal, right? So if you're too focused on doing it on your own, and even though you could reach the goal much faster if you would just take someone's help, then you're kind of getting lost too much in the journey. You're getting married to your journey. You're getting very passionate about the journey, which you have to do this alone instead of asking people for help, right? So if you're getting lost about the goal and you're making the journey bigger than the goal, with this particular time it isn't working. Sometimes, the guidance is to focus on the journeys itself and not be so short-sighted that you're just too stuck up about the goal. But here it's the reverse. Here you're being told that focus on the goal and you'll get there faster, and you have a lot of help around you. Just ask people for help and you'll be better in manifesting the relationship that you want to manifest, right? It could also mean that you might want to look out for therapy. You might want to talk to friends about your problem. Maybe you're holding something deep within and it's hurting you. It's you're just suppressing it deep within. It's creating a lot of a feeling of maybe creating anxiety, maybe creating a lot of sadness. And you'll do a lot better when you reach out and you'll see a change. You'll see a quick change in your situation simply because you're willing to take help. So allow people to help you. Allow the happiness to come to you. Allow the help to come to you. All right. Third and the final card, if you chose this one, well, so that's again a major arcana card, and it's like it says move here. So I think it's time for you to move into a greater depth with your relationship. If you're already in one, it's a very good sign for creating or manifesting a happy relationship, a happy romantic relationship. If you've been looking for somebody for a while now, keep the search on. Don't stop. Exhaust your resources, but do not stop. Ask friends, ask family, go out on dates if you can, and just exhaust the resources that you have at hand to find and keep moving until you find, your loved one or soulmate or whatever relationship you want to be in. And so you have to take action, action, action. If you're already in a relationship, it seems to be moving to a greater place, like a more secure, a more in-depth place where you understand each other better. There is a genuine understanding for each other's opinions, feelings, emotions, thoughts, viewpoints, personalities. At the same time, this card can also indicate that if you're unhappy with the way that your current relationship is panning out to be, if you are somebody who is doing more in the relationship and you feel that you're not getting enough in return, then I think you've known the answer for a very long time that you must take action. That action could mean anything from asking your partner, telling them how it could be better, what your issues are, how you're struggling, or simply you've known for a while that you need to move on and you're holding on. So, this card can be seen in multiple ways. If you're not in a relationship, you need to start exhausting your resources and continue looking, right? Don't feel low, don't get disheartened. I know it's easier said than done. And like I said, we'll be looking at whatever you pick today and how to go about it more in future readings. But today, develop insight into where to begin, what is it that you need to be aware about in your relationships in order to create more healthy, manifest healthy relationships. So exhaust your resources if you chose this card to find somebody. If you've already found someone, it seems to be great. It seems to be going well. And relationship soon will enter into a more deeper, higher, level where the initial stage has just gone and and starting to understand each other better. Even if it is not a romantic relationship, some other relationship you were thinking about when you chose this card, it means that the relationship, you work through the issues and it will heal and it will get better as you work through your issues. And if somehow you worked enough through your issues, whether it was with a romantic partner or someone else, and you haven't seen enough results from the other end, from the other side, and you've put in most of the work and you're just dissatisfied with the outcome, and you've kind of seen that for a while now, and you know in your gut that that's most likely not going to change, then it is time for you to move on, right? So once again, for today, this is just to whichever card you chose is just for you to develop an insight and awareness into what you need to pick up or start doing first in order for you to manifest a happy relationship. And we'll be doing more card readings like this on relationships, to get more idea and awareness as to what steps you can actually start taking to do, each of these, depending upon whichever it is that you chose. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me through the comments. Feel free to message me separately. There are links mentioned in the post below that tells you how to contact me for individual readings as well. And before you go, please, please, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Lots of love to all of you. I will see you again tomorrow. Bye bye. Love you.